Get my check 1 through 3. Okay. Here we go. My check.
Ana bekoak gedulat yemineka tatil gerura kabel linat ameka 사급에누 taharenu nora 나 기볼 도르쉐이 이후데카 깨바밭 쇼무람 바르캄 다하람 라카메이 지드카데카 다밋 고물람 카신 까토시 베로 두베카 나헬 아다테카 약히트 게 레아메카 베네 조크레이 게두샤테카
My check. Okay. Sometimes it's.
샤밧 샤밧테누 까벨 우시마 자아까테누 요데아 따알루못.
I'm being actively tortured by some. I think it's a man. Maybe it could be a woman. Yeah, actively torturing me every time I'm doing stuff like this. Just whatever he's doing, 20 times more frequent. So I know it's a human being. If it's just a machine doing whatever it was doing, that's fine. Automatic stuff. This is not automatic stuff. This is like picking on me. It's called torture. I made a meme saying that the torturer is gonna die today. I hope that's true. That's the greatest thing about a meme is if you have a little faith, memes could go a long way if you have a mustard seed of faith. All I need is 2 or 3 witnesses. I got 1 so far. Okay. Bought this for like $5. You have to like pull like a crazy person in order to work out. Otherwise, it doesn't even work. Okay. Way to save money. Ways to save money. Estamos. I'm gonna do the morning chant. I think my torturer will be destroyed by that morning chant. There are many reasons, you shouldn't like other humans other than your spouse. That's the only Vedic injunction that you could trust your spouse. That's about it. Welcome to the real world. It doesn't say trust your spouse that you can or you could. There's a possibility you can. Tikkun Hanefesh. Area, everybody else is a potential enemy. That's what it is.
Get that.
Oh wait. So I'm gonna do the invocations do not come until I need Tikkun Hanefesh. And I'm gonna actually back up and do the month again after the invocation, because it just sounds about right. This is a really good incense company, Morning Star, and I'm using the musk, like the llama musk incense, musk incense. And you think it'd be too strong, but it's just right. It's kind of amazing. It's one of the few things on the earth that actually still works. You'll hear what I just said a lot in the future. Oh, one of the few things that still works. What happened to all the others? But technology is gonna take over, so everything will be okay. Everything will be, even humans will be replaced with technology. They have names and titles and stuff. But I don't care. It's called technology. Om Shri Agniya Namaha. Namaste Agni. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, Jezebel. Good morning, 19. Good morning, Drampati. Good morning, Mr. Armando Lazo. Good morning, Mr. Robert England. Good morning, Skylar and Austin. And good morning, CC. Thank you very much. Here we go. Yeah, but I want Subhadra. Without Subhadra, we're nothing. Life is hell without Subhadra, it's true. Because Subhadra is like the diamond of the earth. If you don't have the diamond, if you don't have any diamonds on the earth, then the earth is devoid of diamonds. What kind of, would you call it a potential planet? Potentially able to succeed in life. It has no diamonds. Or how about gold? So no gold on the earth, no silver on the earth. Just communist metal. Sorry, communist things. The diamonds are too special. It's not communist enough. We'll get rid of diamonds and we'll get rid of gold and make everything communist. Everything will be iron. Yeah, that's humans for you. I don't like humans. Do you? Like I said again, Vedic injunctions. The only people you could trust maybe your spouses or spouse. That's it. No. You can't even trust your children. It doesn't talk about trusting your parents or children. It just talks about you may trust your spouse. And that's about it. I didn't understand it, until recently. I go, oh, wow, it totally makes sense. Of course, you can't even trust your spouse, actually. You may. Yeah, I'm lucky enough to have a spouse that I may trust. So I'm not too good with pets. I'm not good with plants. I'm not good with anything like still alive. So I have angel friends. Used to be deceased and deceased multiple. Rescued them through exorcism and mantra right there and started rescuing souls. I've been using that to rescue 9 souls. But that's enough for me. I don't want to do it anymore. But if you need friends, and like Vedic injunction says, you can't trust anybody besides maybe your spouse, and that's what it says. It's not coming from me. You can't even. It doesn't talk about trusting your children or parents or any close relatives or anything else. It just says your spouse may be trustworthy. What was my point? Sorry, I'm focusing on negative things like no trust no one. Forgot my point, but no, it's This is not a happy planet if you realized it already. We'll get there eventually, but it needs supernatural powers now. It's gotten so bad to a point that now you need supernatural powers to undo things. A lot of these are gonna be done by technology. If you don't know that technology and spirituality are multipliers of each other, you're missing out on a lot of things. Okay.
Estamos.
Alright, I got my crown on my head. The two letters are the crown. Okay, Tikkun.
Kettő. Okama. Pina.
해설. 개불어. At the end, if you want to stick around, I want to have a movie idea. I think it might even work. It's about Jezebel when she was living as John Bonet Ramsey for 6 years. The soul is forever. If you live, say like, if you're a god and live trillions of years, 6 years is like, I hope you get my point. Jezebel is God, my God anyway. So, and so, she's lived for trillions and tens of hundreds of trillions of years. Forever. Retains all her memories. She's never deteriorated. So it's eternal stuff. Loopless stuff. Oh, looping stuff. But yeah, looping. Okay, where was I? Did I do cable? I hope so. I don't want to do it. Yeah. Good for that. I don't know about the movie. If anybody steals the idea, I don't even care. That's a good thing about it. If the idea gets across, then who cares? I don't even need to receive the credit. Just get it done, get it out, get it done. But it's the title. I'll talk about it at the end. Almost done. But I think it'll work. I think it'll make money. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm being tortured. I'm sorry. The torturer is like speeding up because he knows I'm doing this now. So whatever his torture method was, it's like multiplied by 20 times. The frequency increases by 20. The landlord tells me it's just a machine, but you know what? If the machine knows how to think, want to catch me, you have a problem there. It says somebody's living up there, so must be tinkering with something. Whether he says, "Oh, it's the air conditioner." Well, he's tinkering with some control on the air conditioning, which is like making, he's dragging something across the floor, and then like thudding something on, I don't know where. It's just that's a funny thing. Must be the floor. I hate liars, man. I hate liars. I hate liars who get angry at you when you catch them lying. That's like a modern thing. When you catch somebody lying, they're supposed to fucking kill themselves. But nowadays, they just get angry at you when you caught them. Yeah, you haven't seen that in 2,000 years or something. Magick. What's the biggest problem with humans? They don't listen. They even have like open ears, they still don't listen. Good. Yes, hold. I just hope that the torturer doesn't torture me while I'm talking about my movie idea, because that's the pinnacle of dystopia. What doesn't mix with? So you got two kinds of humans. You have utopian humans and you have dystopian humans. They don't mix together at all. At all. At all. In the extreme case that they might have been able to get along together in the ancient days, not probably 10,000 years ago, it doesn't really apply. But what was it? Okay, hold. Yes, hold. My truth. I'm being tortured. I got a torturer living right above me. I even told that to the landlord. He doesn't acknowledge it. So they must be up to something. And that's why I call him evil. You could actually see his face. So he was trying to argue with me, while I was live streaming, and caught his face on camera. And as soon as he saw the camera, he fucking disappeared within half a second. Here you could see the demon's face. And he was drunk, so it's like a real demon's face on my channel. You could catch it. Yeah, so. Oh wait, mic check. I'm being affected by the torture. The torture, once it gets to you, it's pretty much downhill from there. It took me 3 weeks to realize what they were doing. So yeah, during that 3 weeks, my mind was probably being programmed. Evil, evil people. My mark my words though, this Manantana will kill him today. I'm gonna try to kill him with this Manantana right after this session. And it will be televised, so you can see I'm sitting here. It's called a perfect gun. It's called a gun for a reason. It's not my first time getting rid of people with this Manantana. It gets easier with each try. And I'll do it. I have to do it. I mean, would you tolerate your torturer? Oh yeah, you shouldn't kill your torturer. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm gonna kill my torturer like 187 times with that thing. Anyway, thank you very much. Oh wait, I gotta finish up. See, this is what happens when that's the whole idea of torturing, is so that you don't do what you don't do your daily things, to the point that my face is changing to the demon's face. That's the worst thing about being harassed by demons, is that you eventually take on their form, especially if they're winning. If they have the upper hand, you gain their form. You become as ugly as they are. That's their whole purpose of acting demon. They want you to be as ugly as they are. All demons are ugly. All demons are ugly. All angels are pretty. All demons are ugly. All angels are pretty. If you don't think so, then we have aesthetic differences. My aesthetics is better than yours, period. Yeah, demons' whole thing is they want to make angels as ugly as they are. Period. And that could be interpreted in this reality in many different ways. You see these things every single day. I am gonna make you as ugly as I am. Demons get mad when I talk about things like this because they can't handle it. One thing I could guarantee that demons cannot handle. They cannot handle the truth. They'll in the worst case, they'll try in vain to kill the truth speaker. Has happened many times before. So now I'm throwing off my thing, but I'm gonna talk about the movie idea which I have. If you could steal the idea, it'll be an honor for me to create the movie. But it's about Jezebel while she was living as John Bonet Ramsey for 6 years on the earth. And the title of the movie will be called John Bonet Ramsey. The format of the movie will be it's the anti-Scrooge movie. So God's angel comes at the night of her murder before it happens, say an hour before. The angel comes and convinces her, try to convince her that he's sent back in time to rescue her, or something that she needs to get out of there, and this is God's order. It takes some time to convince her. Once she gets convinced, he wants to show her 3 different worlds. And that's what I meant when I said it's the anti-Scrooge movie. And the theme is one is that she is life itself. 2 is that she is the universe. And the final point is, the third point is that she is everything. So the angel takes her to the first world, which is full of life. The angels shows her all these creatures from the earth, all these plants, beautiful things, and natural things, and mountains, and all these, well, not mountains, all these things that have life, whatever means life, fishes, and they're happy, life of all creatures of all kinds on the earth. And then she's amused, and this goes on for maybe half an hour, I don't know, 20 minutes, just showing her what life is, babies and everything, little piglets, cats, kittens, just showing, the angel shows her all these life creatures. The theme is life. That's the first thing. And then at the end, he says, you see, and he says to the girl, so you see all these things before you. You see all these things before you. They are, as a matter of fact, you. And as the angel says, I know it's hard to believe all these things fit inside your little body, but it's true. It fits inside a little, tiny little thing like the ring you have. But it's in your heart. And then, takes her to the second world, which is, what is it? The universe. Shows her all these planets, and warps through different galaxies, and shows her all these, and she's like, wow, this is Jupiter, and she's like, oh my god, this is gigantic. So it shows her all these stars and planets and suns and asteroids, whatever you call it, and she's just amused the whole time. And this goes on for about 20 minutes, and at the end, the angel says to her, you see all these things before you, and there are, as a matter of fact, you. And the angel goes, I know it's hard to believe all these things fit in that small body of yours, but it's true. They all fit in this little tiny thing, and like that tiny little ring of yours. But it's in your heart. And then the angel takes her to the third world, which is everything. So, and the angel shows her all about people's lives, how they grow up, how they go to school, everything. How people eat, how different species interact with each other, and basic everyday life, everyday life. The angel shows her everyday life. And she doesn't know what to make out of it. It's too busy, full of life. People doing their own things. Some people are, a lot of people are happy. Some people are sad. A few people are angry. All these things, and she's, wow, that's everything. This is everything. And then the angel at the end. This goes on for about 20 minutes, showing the third world. Each world has its own duration. And at the end, the angel says, you see all these things before you. There are, as a matter of fact, you. Just you. I know it's hard to believe all these things fit in that little body of yours, but it's true. They all fit in they all fit in this tiny little thing, like in that tiny little ring of yours. But it's in your heart. So after showing these three worlds, the angel takes her back to now, the angel, had gone away with her for about 6 to 9 hours, showing all these worlds. She comes back, and now they're standing outside the house, the angel and Jambone next, and it's a crime scene now. There's yellow tapes everywhere, and they just look at the house together, and then and here's a shot of her face, and this goes on for maybe 1 minute, and she's going through the understanding of the process of the reality of what happened to her. And about a minute, maybe even 2 minutes. You know, all the stages, and I don't want to get into it. But you can imagine, you know, innocence, and you know, to the final moment of breaking down after the realization of what happened in reality. And then after her, I would even use the term grokking, after her grokking the situation of, you know, what happened to her in reality. The angel confesses to her that she is God. You know, and it reveals to her that he is her servant forever. And they walk off together, I guess. I don't know. Into the light. I don't know. But yeah. That's the whole idea. Sorry, I was being tortured by the torturers. So whatever came out of my mouth kind of became a little demure. But I like the idea. I think it'll work. And even if I don't make it, I don't really care. I don't get any credit for anything. I don't really care. It's you know, if I get it done, that'll be great. I don't even want to I don't even want to act in. Well, I kind of. I could go either way. I don't even have to be a part of it. I could just be the Ryan. You know, the idea is that, you know, the angel shows her life, the universe, and everything, 3 separate worlds. And at the end of each, he confesses to her that all these things are her. And then at the end of the movie, at the end of the final scene is that she is God, that he found her. And she is the master of the universe, and he's willing to carry out her commands from them. So that's the final ending of the movie, that is that, you know, he's her eternal servant, and he is willing to carry out whatever she seems fit. Change this, he'll do it. He'll try. He'll either do it or he'll die while trying. Okay, well, that's the whole idea. I'm glad that, you know, only I was tortured one time during that. Yeah, you know, the landlord tells me it's a machine. You know what? It's a human doing it. It's a machine that a human is, messing with. And the whole idea is to torture me. So, you know, if you gaslight me on that torture, and if something bad happens to you, and I had nothing to do with it, but the perfect gun destroyed you, you know, that's called justice, eternal justice. Anyway, it'll happen. I'm disclaimer. I'm a vegan. I don't use my hands and my mouth though. Like, my mouth actually kills people. The things that I don't bite people. I don't. I'm not Mike Tyson. I recheck what I just said. Anyway, yeah. Things that come out of the effing cheese that come out of my mouth kills people. It's called a perfect gun. It's called a gun for a reason. It's not my first time killing people with this mantra. Okay. Namaste. Have a good day.